Oh my fucking God. All right. Here we go. Welcome to Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. My name is the Ian Moore with my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas, as well as our dumb fucking guest who's eating cum on a fucking stick. Jacob JB join us today. And before we get into today's episode, I have a very special announcement. It's something that I want to talk about. Really, really important to me. And JB, I'm going to need you to put the yogurt down because I'm going to need your help with this. We have 3 members in the call today, and one of those members.
Wait a minute. I didn't say my fucking riddle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, before we forget.
Nobody guessed. No.
The answer to the riddle was a clock. Okay, there'll be another riddle at the end, guys.
A cock?
A clock, not a cock. A clock.
What has hands and doesn't clap?
Yes, a clock.
Okay. I like it.
Carry on.
I know a couple. Never mind. There's 3 people in this call, and one of them was born 22 years ago today. 22.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. And I just wanted to take a moment and say how much we love this big cock motherfucker.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Nick Cox. So today we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday." Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Nick, big double motherfucking big dicker. Happy birthday to you.
What are we talking about?
Dicks. We're talking about dicks. What do you think we're talking about? What do you, honestly, God, what do you think we're talking about? Everyone's going to see the thumbnail. Everybody knows what we're going to bitch about today.
Yeah, I also want to add that Jackson Mahomes posted some TikToks.
You did.
I did send them to you.
You did.
What were your thoughts, Jacob?
In one of his, you know what? Let me play it.
I haven't seen them. I don't have.
If I play it, you'll enjoy it. I think. Not really. You won't enjoy it. Actually, it's just terrible. It's miserable. It reminded me how much I hate him. But this is the audio.
Staring at your dress cause it's see-through. Yeah, talking all the shit that you done been through. Yeah, say that you a lesbian girl, me too. Hey.
It said he used the audio by Drake, which, you know, I'm not gonna back that audio. Bad lyric in general, but he said that you a lesbian girl, me too. Now I don't know what that means.
There's no shot that you're no. You don't get to have a problem with that. No,
I have a problem with that.
No. You suck Drake's dick more than anyone on the planet.
Yeah.
You defended that line to nauseum when I ripped
Shout
you
out
for
Drake.
it. Oh my God.
I heard he watches his podcast, Champagne Poppy.
I don't think he does. I think he's just got other pressing matters at hand.
Yeah, he's a child.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyways, the Super Bowl was on Sunday or yesterday. Eagles versus the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts. Who won the game? Who do you think won the game? Nick, who won the game? Who won the game?
The Chiefs.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Part officials.
Did we have any doubt that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to win this game? Jacob said they were going to lose. I thought they were.
Yeah, they came out to Dreams and Nightmares, which they actually did not. They came out to I Just Want to Rock.
I think there was I think they mixed the 2 songs.
No, that was in a pregame. They actually came out to I Just Want to Rock.
Boring. Well,
exactly.
The Chiefs won the Super Bowl in a prediction that we thought was going to happen, but with a slight change. Some editorial things happened throughout the game. It was a really good game. It was super close.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nick and I had, or more of me, I talked about it with a little more shit talking malice in my voice than Nick did. That the Eagles were not good. That was my hypothesis, that they were not able to play with the best of them. And I was wrong.
Yeah, they look good.
Kinda. Their offense looked good. Their defense have never been challenged before, and whenever Patrick Mahomes wanted to score, he just did.
Yeah, they scored on 5 straight drives in that second half.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts was a dog that game. Motherfucker was playing with his heart. Dude was incredible. I thought that he should have won the MVP, but they gave it to, Mr. State Farm himself. But
Hey, Tom.
hey Tom,
Bless God. Go Chiefs.
I'm so proud of you, man. Listen. The Eagles obviously look better than I thought they were going to. This is obviously the first game that they had any competition towards, but they also played this game in a way where they where they were able to keep themselves out of danger as much as humanly possible, whether that this was actually a game plan that they formulated themselves or this is just how it ended up turning out. Jalen Hurts did not snap the ball until the play clock was under 5 seconds every single time. The reason for this is to keep Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs off the field. The Eagles had this ball for fucking, I don't even know, 65% fucking of the possession, maybe more. I mean, they were on this ball for a really, really, really long time, and they continued to run. And when Jalen Hurts needed to, he ran or he threw a dot, and he was throwing dots a lot this game. Now, the issue with that, maybe because they knew that Patrick was just going to storm down the field and score whenever he wanted to, which is literally exactly what he did. Every time Patrick got the ball in his hand, the Chiefs scored effortlessly. I mean, there was zero struggle from Patrick Mahomes at all. I think that he, I don't even, no problems.
He doesn't have a high ankle sprain. Let's get that real quick.
He doesn't.
Okay? Because I was in class today, and I have a class over injury prevention stuff. One person raised their hand and goes, do you, to our teacher who's a former athletic trainer, do you think Patrick Mahomes had a high ankle sprain? She said, well, looking from the game last night and the game before, he was sprinting on it. So, no, he did not have a high ankle sprain. He would not be able to run.
Yeah. So
and he ran a lot.
So the injury of it had to just been a normal ankle sprain.
Yeah.
At best. He clearly this was clearly not a factor for him, and it wasn't really even that big of a factor in the Bengals game. So the whole argument that Patrick Mahomes was injured, he was a little banged up. Motherfucker was running sprints still. He was running away from people.
They're trying to make it like it was Michael Jordan's flu game. Also, by the way, reference that because Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. And we had a conversation about that last night as we watched the Super Bowl. But other than that, this is not – he didn't have a high ankle sprain, so they can piss off with that in the media. We're the right media. We say what we want.
Yeah. We started this one off with a bang. This is how every media should be. I think that Patrick, I mean, whether it's because the Chiefs offense is really good or the Eagles never have faced pressure on defense ever in their life, I'm going to go with that was probably the cause of this. Now they'll get better. They'll draft. They'll go pick up free agents. They'll improve the defense. And I think the Eagles are here to stay because Jalen Hurts did prove me wrong, and he is that dog. I had a conversation where I actually think that he may be top 3.
Quarterback.
Do you think he's better than Josh Allen? Shut up. Not even a shot. Do you think he's better than Josh Allen? Because I'm not willing to not.
I think
I think he's better than Josh Allen.
I think Josh Allen is better, but in the clutch, I'm taking Jalen Hurts. I think
Jalen Hurts.
You reminded me, Nick. You just reminded me of that fucking Max Kellerman thing where it's like, I want Iguodala.
Oh yeah, Steph Curry, Kitty,
where the Martians come down to Earth, laser pointed at the.
I want Jalen Hurts.
That's why I'm going for Josh Allen at the end of the game.
I think that
I'll agree with Nick.
Josh Allen is a gunslinger. He has higher throwing power. He's not faster than Jalen Hurts. He's probably strong. He's definitely stronger than Jalen Hurts.
He's bigger.
He's not as accurate. He's not as accurate. He has more throwing power. He's probably going to make that fucking Hail Mary throw. If we're
I was going to say, he definitely has more throwing power after that last throw.
Yeah.
That throw. Oh.
Josh Allen's turnover rate is super high. Jalen Hurts I think that was his first fumble that he's had all fucking season. So, I mean, listen, the Eagles played this game plan of holding on to the ball for as long as humanly possible to avoid the defense having to face up against Patrick Mahomes very, very well. And it's a great game plan. If you're going to go play Patrick Mahomes, that's probably what you're going to do. Unfortunately, there is one major drawback with this game plan. You have to score on every single fucking drive. And if you don't, you're going to lose this game. That's exactly what happened. Even on one of their drives, they ended up conceding 7 goals. If that never happens, then we don't even get to the 7 points.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yeah. He motherfucker cum eating motherfucker down here on the bottom of my screen had to fucking point some. Jesus. I think that we can talk about we'll get to the referee issue. We can talk about that all day. But the fact of the matter is, if that didn't happen, we probably wouldn't get into the situation where that play call was so important. So anyways, we get to we play the whole game. They score on most of their drives. Patrick Mahomes scores to go up. Now we get to the point where we can see what Jalen Hurts is really made of. Is he gonna storm down the field and score a touchdown for the first time in being down? Or are they not good? And he did that, and he did it pretty well. And I think they went for 2 as well, maybe.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they went for 2, and they got it pretty effortlessly. Then they did a kick return that was put the Chiefs right back in the fucking goal line, because the Chiefs special teams are better than the Eagles special teams. And then we get to the very controversial point in the game. The Eagles defense did a very good job at keeping Mahomes, who has the best red zone offense in the league, out of the end zone. It was 3rd and probably 9 again. Funny enough, keeps happening on 3rd and 9. Patrick Mahomes is under pressure, throws the ball to the corner. That is completely overthrown to Juju Smith-Schuster. No chance he's ever getting that. He could be unmarked, and he would need a shot of fucking cocaine before he's ever going to get to that ball. And then the refs, after the ball hits the ground, fucker throws a holding call, throws a flag, holding call, completely decides the game. Patrick Mahomes takes a fucking, I think he kneeled it, and then they kicked it. And then Jalen Hurts only has 6 seconds to come back. If that holding call does not happen, they kick a field goal. Jalen Hurts gets 2 minutes to storm down the field to either A, score a touchdown, B, kick a field goal, tie the game going to overtime, or C, we figure out if he is not good completely under pressure. The issue with this holding call is that it decided the game.
Yeah, you can't call that.
You can, and it was was it a holding call? Sure. If you fucking pause it frame by frame, 100% of the time, and you will catch holding calls everywhere. You'll catch it to the lineman who's trying to get to Mahomes. I got you in a second. You'll catch it. I mean, Juju, there was no real grab of the jersey. They were hand fighting a little bit. He was adjusting with his hands, but he didn't really redirect Juju. He didn't stop Juju from getting to the ball. That ball was fucking miles away. There was no chance he was ever going to get to it. And there's arguments where you could say, well, if you're not going to call the holding play, then what happens if there's an offsides or there's a roughing a passer? Those are completely different things. Holding happens everywhere on every single play all the time. Offsides is a timing issue where the defense just blatantly jumps off the fucking line of scrimmage, and a roughing a passer call is don't hit the fucking passer after he throws the ball. Now, if it's called like he has the ball and Mahomes gets sacked and then they call roughing the passer, then it's just blatant robbery at that point. But the holding call is just, you can't call that at the Super Bowl on the final game of the season on fourth quarter with 2 minutes left. It decides the game. It is, and it's a weak holding call. It's very ticky-tacky, and I wouldn't have that much of a problem with it if they were calling holding calls throughout the entire game, because then it would make sense. I looked at you during the game whenever there was a blatant holding call on the Eagles where he held the motherfucker's arms down.
Oh, yeah, in like the first quarter.
In the first quarter, and they didn't throw anything. That wasn't a flag. That was a blatant missed, really shitty call. But you throw it here where it's light, super light, and it's debatable if it's a holding call at all, really. And it decides the game. Now, the player who made the holding call, he said this was a hold. He's just trying to take accountability for his fucking actions.
That was my question. I didn't know if he actually said that someone told me that he said that today. And by the way, fuck off. Why do you even need to say that to
why would you admit it?
Like my whole thing is like, if I had that holding call, I'd have been like, yo, the NFL are a bunch of pussies. So is Pat Mahomes. Like, fuck Pat Mahomes. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck everybody that represents the Chiefs. I'd be fucking spitting. I don't care what you say. That I'm going down to my grave that's not a holding call and that I should be a fucking world champ. Because that's some bullshit.
It wasn't. I mean, he just
maybe he's a better man than me.
He just had his hand on his back. He didn't even grab his jersey.
But you can't call that.
Game's gone soft.
Yeah.
The game's gone soft, mate. I mean,
gone soft, lad.
It is. That is. I mean, I had an argument where it's just like with Gary, of all people, who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about in any circumstances, where he says it was a flag. It was clearly a penalty. You're not going to call it there? No, because you haven't been calling it all game. And you don't call it to decide. Let the boys play. They're professional fucking players. Let the boys go. Let them play some football, goddammit. And it wouldn't matter that much if that
fucking football.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It was overthrown anyway. He wasn't getting that fucking ball.
No. Unless he hit that unless Juju was Corvette, like did some random shit and did his TikTok dances. I still don't even think he would have caught it.
No way. He was never getting that ball in a million fucking years. And he didn't complain about it either. The only person who was complaining about it, looking for the call, was fucking Patrick Mahomes.
Juju's a bitch. He's part of FaZe.
Jesus. And Shannon Sharp fucking said, he goes, well, Patrick Mahomes overthrew that because he's just throwing the ball away because he knew it was a holding call. No, he fucking didn't. He didn't point.
And by the way, if you somehow can, well, not clip it, but like put it in your something, like remember when he like right after the play, he was like,
yeah.
You remember what I said? You're a big fat bitch, Pat Mahomes. That's what I said. I said that right at the TV.
That was super fucking annoying.
The Eagles played so good.
And they played really good.
They came out so hot too.
Yeah, I just wanted to see Jalen Hurts in the clutch. I thought they honestly could have won it.
They robbed us of the final 2 minutes, minute and a half of the Super Bowl.
Or even they could have went to overtime.
I mean, it was a fucking great game. I think it's the
great game.
highest viewed Super Bowl of all time too.
I'm
I
kind of
mean,
surprised at
this is
It's probably because there was a football game at the Rihanna concert,
that. August Rihanna.
God,
as some people have stated. Hey, guess what? I
shut
like
the fuck
Rihanna.
up.
Halftime show was fucking shit.
Oh, you're just mad because fucking Drake didn't come out, you dork.
Hell yeah.
Um,
And Kanye.
yeah, he ain't coming.
Whoa, whoa,
out.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hold on. Fuck, we're fucking Jesus Christ. No, how is this episode gonna get uploaded?
Yeah, we're
I mean,
gonna have to crop some stuff.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
I'm not worried about it.
Who knows? Who knows? Fucking Jesus Christ. Good Lord. Every time.
So where are we
Billy's-
going? Where are we going now? What is the situation after this Super Bowl? What are we thinking?
I'm thinking that the Eagles will be good next year. I'm thinking that they probably
I have a feeling they'll spend some money in the offseason to get some better defensive line players.
yeah, they're gonna have to they're 100% gonna have to improve the defense. I wonder if his name's Jason, right? Jason Kelsey? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jason Kelsey comes back. He's pretty old, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old.
Andy Reid is coming back for the Kansas City Chiefs, so
I thought you said he wasn't.
he is. He said
Okay.
he's gonna stick around.
He
He
sucks.
said prop.
He's the fucking best coach of the league. I don't know if he sucks.
Yeah, I don't care. The Chiefs suck.
So the Chiefs next year are gonna be dogs still. The Bengals look like they're gonna be back as the same team. Who knows about the Bills? There's a lot of
Don't sleep on the Panthers.
I'm not. There's a lot of uncertainty going into the offseason. There's so many.
There's Jacksonville. They'll probably be good with Trevor Lawrence.
That is good shout.
They're going to continue to improve. I think that the Chargers are going to continue to improve. I think Herbert's really good.
Yeah, he's got to get harder.
But the biggest uncertainty going into the offseason is a bunch of quarterbacks. Jimmy G is going to be going somewhere else. Derek Carr is going to be going somewhere else. Aaron Rodgers, who knows what as the time of we're recording this, he is in a house in the middle of the woods on a darkness retreat at the moment.
Yeah, by the way, that's pretty scary.
I love him to death, but he's an odd guy. He's an odd cat. I don't know about who else? Fucking Derek Carr, Jimmy G. Oh, Tua, is he gonna play? What's going on with Lamar Jackson?
I hope he doesn't play. I know me and Jacob are on the same page.
Yeah,
there.
Tua's got some fucking shit up with his head.
He's got to wait
needs
that.
to chill.
Like, I don't even know how long I'd wait if I was him. Maybe even retire.
I don't know. He's still in concussion protocol, so he's still fucked up. I feel like they would announce it whenever they say when he's out of it. Maybe they're gonna wait and see what he looks like. Free agency starts in June, right?
Yeah.
So
Is he on a rookie contract still?
I don't know. Maybe.
He's been out of Bama for like 2 years.
I have no idea. I could see the Dolphins. Man, I think they're gonna let him. I think they're gonna let him play though. That's the thing. I think they're gonna let him play. I don't think he needs to retire just yet. I think he needs to sit at least for some time. But they're gonna let him play, and he's gonna get hurt again. So
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. If he ends up doing something fucking psychotic because of CTE in like 20 years, Dolphins should be in charge of that.
Oh yeah, they gotta own up to that one. I mean, The only reason why I don't see that they let him play is not for an ethical reason. The only reason I see them not wanting to play is just because of all the bad PR they've already gotten so far from it.
Yeah.
So if I was the Dolphins, my next step is probably just having Tua sit on the bench for a year and going to grab another quarterback for at least a 1-year deal, a veteran quarterback, like an Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, Jimmy G wasn't bad. You put him on the Dolphins.
Jimmy
they'll do
G
I
good.
have a
really-
feeling Jimmy G might go to the Packers.
There's no chance.
I think it's Jordan Love's time.
Yeah, they're not. No,
I-
but I don't see. I don't know. I mean, the issue is you have like Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are on that team, so you automatically have a chance to win. So you just need a quarterback. Like they would have been great if Tua. They would have been serious threats if Tua didn't get hurt, and there were
Oh, yeah.
serious threats without him too.
That coach
So-
is really good too.
Mike McDaniels is he's fucking funny. He's really good.
They still got Bridgewater, right? The backup. He's actually not bad.
Who?
The Teddy Bridgewater, the backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he played in the playoff game. I don't know if he played in the wild card though.
No, I don't think he did. He got hurt.
Yeah, but he's pretty
I think we're
good.
still forgetting that Tom Brady can come out of retirement again.
Yeah, he can't because he already put his notice in.
Fuck him.
And he doesn't want to come out of retirement either. He just got a $375 million fucking contract to
Yeah,
talk
and he also
sports.
did. What did he do? What was that video? He did 4
Potter. He
retreats.
did 4 pottery
Pottery.
classes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm bored. It's been 36 hours and I've already done 4 pottery classes. So I'll see you on the
We need to
Raiders
put that
next year.
video up in this thing and give that guy credit because he deserves it.
All right, if I can find it, I'll put it on there. But he, I don't know. If I'm the Ravens as well, and I got Lamar Jackson, though, I think like I don't think I ever brought this up. There is no fucking way I'm ever giving that guy $200 million.
Well, he's just gonna get hurt every year almost now.
I don't care. I don't think any quarterback should be getting $200 million. And if your name isn't Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes, you shouldn't be getting $200 million.
What about Joe Burrow?
No, I wouldn't give Joe Burrow $200 million. Joe Burrow hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. He's 30. He's been
But
30.
you'd give a guy that's won 1 Super Bowl $200 million.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I would give the 4-time fucking MVP the fucking $200 million.
Yeah, he's just not a winner.
Yeah, he's not a winner. Yeah. What do you consider a winner?
Winning
Winning a Super Bowl.
Megan Rapinoe.
You need a team to win a Super Bowl.
You know Megan Rapinoe.
No.
Oh,
I do.
I thought we were gonna go somewhere pretty funny with this, but then it just
I was
know.
waiting for it.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, we're good. We'll turn it around.
Who the fuck is Megan Rapinoe?
This is gonna be a clip. This is gonna be a clip.
Oh, Megan Rapinoe.
This is a clip.
Are you being serious? You don't know who she is?
Now
That's
I do.
messed up, man.
Now-
You should get canceled.
Now I do.
I'm-
Jesus Christ. If I'm going to get canceled, it was among the other things I've said so far on this podcast. Not because I didn't fucking remember who Megan Rapinoe is. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
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 This is by far our worst episode yet.
Oh, no. That's so bad.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, on Sunday, the St. Louis Battlehawks are back. Let's get a round of applause for the St. Louis Battlehawks. The St. Louis Battlehawks are returning to St. Louis. It's the XFL time now, so we can talk about that from week to week. Pretty exciting stuff, I think.
What station are they on? Do you know?
ESPN, I believe.
The Ocho. ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Ocho Cinco. They'll be on ESPN. And then I think their championship game will be on NBC or something.
They play on Saturdays, you said, right?
Both Saturdays and Sundays, and as well as a couple Thursday games.
That's weird.
So
Yeah, I don't
so this is a developmental league now, right?
They say it's not, but it technically is.
Okay.
The NFL kind of is working with them to test out cameras and different, hopefully some referee techniques. They'll test out commentators
Did we sign Johnny Money Manziel?
No.
He's in the Canadian one last time I checked, but that was like 2 years ago.
We have
Manziel.
our quarterback is former Alabama state champion, national champion, AJ McCarron.
Like he went to Alabama?
He went to Alabama and he won 2 national championships.
Damn. Good for him, man.
Yeah. And then he was the third stringer on the Bengals, and then they cut him for Joe Burrow. Yeah. So
can't win them all.
A lot of these guys are kind of teetering that third stringer, second stringer type stuff. Or there's a couple of legends in here too. In the league. I don't know enough about all the players, but I'm hoping that I know that the games were fun to watch last time they were around. So hopefully they're fun to watch this time around. And
they're playing in Edward Jones Dome again, right?
Yep. The family dome, the big old dome, the domer.
How packed did those games get last time?
They didn't fill up the upper deck, but the middle and the bottom were completely full.
Oh, that's good. That's actually not bad. I know that the pre-sale tickets, the Battlehawks, were up and away above everybody else by fucking thousands, a dozen thousand. Fucking, they're the only team that's really going to sell out what they put out. The Battlehawks are really the only team that's going to have ratings. The Battlehawks are really the only team that's going to probably make money. So if the Battlehawks suck, that is the worst possible thing for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So all we can do is just pray that the Battlehawks don't suck. Yeah. Yeah. If the Battlehawks suck, then the XFL sucks. And if the XFL sucks, we'll have to start again for a 4th time. The USFL is returning, which is baffling to me because they sold no fucking tickets. And it wasn't during a pandemic. That kinda
is
like a big ball fight.
Yeah, kind of. The Battlehawks, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited to have football year round. I think that's an exciting concept. And I think with the XFL working with the NFL will have their best interest in wanting to keep the XFL around. The issue is with them being a developmental league is that if the NFL sees players that they like, they can just take them. I don't know if that's actually how that's going to work out.
They may sign like certain teams may sign like developmental deals with certain teams, just kind of like minor league baseball does. So maybe we'd be like a developmental team for either like the Chiefs or the Bears.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's
not the Bears, but we'll take the Chiefs. Well,
yeah, just depends. Like really, you could do both. They could both be feeders.
Yeah,
because I mean, you could get money from either of them, and then in turn, like if you like build it out even more to where like you invest more money in the XFL, there could be more teams.
I think that it's going to be 10 weeks, 8 regular season games, a playoff week, and then the championship. So it's going to be 10 weeks. They have 8 teams right now. Next season, if they make money, they may be able to extend to 10 teams, maybe. But I think that the idea of having a minor league football team, it's not really a minor. I mean, it is, but it's they're not going to market that as a minor league. I think it's exciting because it gives players a chance who didn't get that shot to kind of continue to show themselves and prove themselves. And they're not making bad money either. I mean, they're not making star-stunning money.
it's like I've said to you before, and I said to Nick too. It's like in England with soccer, like it would be like with football being like our biggest sport, you know, like
Yeah.
you can profit off of doing these minor leagues just like how like England profits off probably their top 3 leagues. And like in turn, like if you put these teams in like small enough cities, but they're still like big,
Yeah.
then you can profit because like imagine this. It's like think about it, like a big football town, not St. Louis, but like another town, since we already know St. Louis gets that big, like pretend like having one in Oklahoma. Like
Yeah.
you can have one in Oklahoma City where it's a big city, but it's not big. And then in turn, like it's in between like the Texas teams and Chiefs and all around, to the point to where like, I mean, you have OSU fans, like Oklahoma State fans, and then Oklahoma fans, and they'll support a professional team.
Yeah.
Like to
Yeah.
a point. And it's like you already have stadiums there.
I think
Like,
it's crazy that like they put a team in Vegas. I think that's nuts. I don't
that's
know
insane
why.
to me.
I don't know why you would do that. I think they put a team. I think like last time they did it in 2019, they like the LA team did not do well. The Tampa Bay team did not do well. Houston did okay because Texas likes
It doesn't
football.
make sense to me because you got to have cities where they're big, but they're not big enough.
Yeah.
And it has to be where like they can't go on just like a little drive and go to a game.
Yeah.
Like it
Put
has to be in like, I mean, think about it. Like, why wouldn't you put one in Nebraska? Like, I know it sounds weird, but like that's a big football state.
Yeah.
You should put it where that's all they care about is football.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
that's all Green Bay has. They don't give
Yeah.
a shit. They don't have anything else. And
Yeah.
they sell out every single time, despite the fact that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers lose in the playoffs every time.
Yeah.
And they'll continue to go.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you don't put it in places like that. I mean, obviously St. Louis is going to be hot when it comes back for at least a little while, but that's just because the animosity that St. Louis has.
St. Louis is just a sports town.
Yeah.
So
but like the selling ticket, like the pre-sale tickets were, I mean, it was Battlehawks and then it was everybody else. I think Vegas only sold like 1,000. I think they're in I think one team, they're doing their games on a fucking soccer field somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I still stand by. I don't understand why any league from not baseball, but like football, soccer, basketball, you could, but not really. But like probably football and soccer were like Americans, if they knew what a relegation system was, they would love it.
Yeah.
Like imagine your team like actually being a shitter, and instead of like them being a shitter and they get a top draft pick, like they're in the minor leagues.
That is kind of cool.
There was
And they have to like get back up.
There was a concept that I saw that the winner of the XFL team of like the championship, they play the loser of the worst team in the NFL. Now that being said, they could get murdered, but if they win, you could do it where they go in the NFL.
I just think it should be like, okay, so there's 30 NFL teams or 32? 32. So like you have the bottom 4 go down. Like, or bottom 2 at this point, because there's not many XFL teams. The bottom 2 go down. And after a few years of the XFL, when you get players that, you know, it's developed to a point to where like players will want to go to it because they think, you know, it's a second chance, that then you have a chance to get put into the NFL. And then those guys that go down, they have no other option but to fucking play and try and get back up.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that draws in money, but it also draws it in to where like everyone complains about the NFL like sometimes not being competitive enough or being rigged. that you can't rig that shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you go down, you go down.
I think that it's gonna be tricky to see because not only is the USFL back, the XFL is coming back, who is the only team that has the NFL support, but the USFL is coming back as a competitor, and then so is the AFL, which is fucking weird enough. And they didn't even get 4 games in, so I don't know why the fuck they're back. The USFL, I don't even understand how they made enough money to come back. The XFL will be fined for at least a couple years just because they have the backing from the NFL. But I don't see them, selling a bunch of tickets. And maybe they don't have to. But if they're on ESPN, clearly somebody has faith in them somewhere, somehow to do the right thing here. And the NFL, as long as they support the XFL, they can continue to pick up players that they like who continue to develop if they're from college and didn't get on an NFL team, or if they were on an NFL team and had a bad streak and got moved down to the XFL, as well as they can test cameras, they can test rules, they can test hopefully referee issues. The XFL did a fantastic job with refereeing in 2019, where they had a guy in the booth with a fucking Xbox controller reviewing every single play. And if the ruling on the field was wrong, it got called back, whether that was a holding call, offsides, roughing the passer, because the booth up top had the final say. In the NFL, apparently somebody in New York is watching, I think it's New York, is watching these games.
MLB and NFL.
And they're supposed to overrule these calls, but they never fucking do, which is why somebody should be on site for each of these games. And hopefully the XFL continues to do that and improve.
The thing is the XFL will stay afloat if the NFL is wants to keep it afloat. Because the thing is like the NFL makes enough money where keeping the XFL up is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like it's just like minor league baseball teams. Minor league baseball teams don't make shit. The MLB makes money, and they keep up 3 different leagues: AAA, AA, and Single A. If you can't keep up one league of 10 teams, that's insane.
I think it's and it's not like if the XFL starts to go underwater, the NFL is not going to save it. The XFL has to prove to the NFL that they are worth keeping around, and the NFL will continue to support it. It's just while they're here, we'll work with you. And I think they also like Dwayne Johnson more than they like Vince
putting
McMahon.
The Rock, putting one of the biggest faces in Hollywood on
motherfucker. He did the field announcing for last year's Super Bowl. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is having him endorse it means that it's gonna be pushed.
Yeah. And I like the idea of football year round. So I hope that it sticks around. I like the idea of there being football year round. I like the idea of the XFL working with the NFL. The next steps that they have to do is have competitive, well-produced, fun watching football.
By the way, people do support your local teams. Okay.
Yeah.
Like for any sport, because the thing is like, as long as you watch or go to their games, like more money will be put into these sports, like the MLS or the XFL, like, and then it'll get more exciting.
But then you're opening a can of worms here, because if the games aren't exciting or well produced and they're not fun to watch, why would they go to the games? Just like the WNBA or something along those lines, where people are going to say, well, these games aren't well produced and they're not fun to watch. I don't care if they're local. Why would I want to go? Why would I want to watch it?
The thing is let's say, okay, like we've talked about in the past, like the MLS, okay? The MLS is good soccer. It's the fact is that most Americans don't know what soccer is. That's the problem. And then it's the same thing with, I think with the XFL is people don't want to watch minor league football because a fat guy on his couch thinks he knows more about football than than a bunch of professionals, and he thinks a minor league is second class. No, these guys still know way more than you. Like Division I players, which I would say the thing is like most of those guys are guys that just either got out of college at a Division I or some Division IIs, or, you know, were in the league and got cut. So these guys have experience and know what the fuck they're talking about. So you're going to see good football. You just don't know what good football is.
I think they need to make a cautious idea that they need to make a cautious description that the XFL cannot be described as minor league football.
No.
They have to see themselves as their own major league promotion.
It needs to be an alternative.
Yes.
That's
Just
the name.
Just like AEW is to WWE. It needs to be an alternative. Yeah. The XFL needs to be an alternative to football, to the NFL. The only people who should see the XFL as a minor league to the NFL is the NFL. Because they're gonna just use them to test out shit. And if I'm the XFL, I know that I'm the minor league team, but I'm not gonna brand myself as that.
No.
Because that's how I'm gonna stay afloat. But you have to make the games interesting and fun to watch and creative. And you have to, like if fucking AJ McCarron walks out on that field and sucks, you have to make household names. You have to make people who are known in the NFL or the XFL. Like even the WNBA, they have names that are known in the WNBA. Careful. But like, which by the way, Shaq made a comment where he was like, I think the WNBA would be so much more interesting if they lowered the baskets like 1 feet, which is probably true.
It's such a hard argument. We had this in class a few weeks ago. It's so hard with the WNBA, but it's like I've heard a lot of arguments from people that actually like professional women's volleyball would be exciting TV. But like people don't, obviously there's just no money.
There's no money, but I don't know if you've actually watched I've watched WNBA. Not WNBA, women's volleyball.
Yeah.
It's kind of actually interesting to watch. Like
it's fun as hell to watch.
Yeah, the Olympics, they're kind of slinging that fucking ball as hard as they can.
Well, it's like games like that, and I also think like the WNBA it's so hard because the NBA does keep it afloat, but the thing is not a lot of people give the WNBA a chance because they don't give them a chance to make money. It's like, how can you make money if you're not on TV?
They're on TV now.
No, they're on TV on ESPN Plus and on specific ESPN like times. Like every time you put on an NBA game, an NBA game's on. Yeah. Like an NBA game could be on TBS, could be on TNT, could be on ESPN,
ABC.
Exactly. Now, the WNBA is strictly on ESPN, and then you can watch every game on ESPN Plus, which not everyone has a subscription. So it's like, that's the thing. It's like, I'm not saying that would make a significant more chunk of money, but that it's a double-edged sword.
If you don't get a chance, how can you? Yeah. Right. Now, do I think that the WNBA games are more interesting than like NBA games? No. But like I said, they should lower the basket, and they probably could be. And it's just because
I still have this argument. I think, and again, people can take this the wrong way, whatever you want, but I think women's basketball and men's basketball are played different to a point, and so is like men's and women's soccer.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Like I saw the other day that a women's college coach was complaining about them playing with a men's college ball. And like even like she was admitting how like it's just different. And it's like the thing is like it's not a bad different, it's just different. Like
they shouldn't try to be, they should just be their own thing and they'll be successful.
Yeah.
They shouldn't compare the WNBA. Like, there's going to be those comparisons regardless, but they shouldn't they should make their own rules and make their own fucking regulations and shit and just be interesting. And that's, now I know that the XFL isn't women's football, but it's the same sport, but it's a different league, and you have
There's
to
a lot. Like I think a lot of things is it all comes down to, I seriously think, like, we could have this argument, or not argument, but talk on another podcast, that I feel like America fails a lot of its sports to like actually prosper. Like, I mean, you look at it, like the NFL is one sport that actually prospers.
Yeah.
I don't think any other sport really like gets their full potential out of what could happen with how big a country and how many people are in this country to make like every sport good. And that's why it's like hard, because a lot of people like don't want their kid to play certain sports growing up. Like, that'll turn more into like kids now, and like people born now do not want their kids to like play football.
Yeah, all
Right.
that stuff.
So the thing is football is going to grow to be a pretty exclusive bunch. And then in turn, it's like, what sport do they go on next? It's like basketball, soccer. The thing is like basketball has a lot of money put into it, and soccer's getting there. Like, LAFC just was the first $1 billion club the other day in the United States. But they still do not give sports the grounds to like do what they should be able to do. And that's just my opinion, but
Yeah,
that could be for another day.
it's hard having that conversation about like it's hard having that conversation without getting canceled. Or getting too political, because it's like, if you say like anything like like I said, the WNBA should do something, like not that, like you said, that they need to be put on TV to be even given the chance to be successful.
Yeah.
Which is true. I think they should be put on TV, but continue to develop their own thing to be different than the NBA. So it has a better chance of being successful. But if you say that they're trying to be different, then people are going to say, well, it's just because you don't think that they're better. Well, we can unpack that can of worms too, but I don't want to get fucking canceled here or thrown into a bus. I'm saying that these are incredibly talented people at their own sport, and they should develop their own sport in their own league, so people will want to tune in.
A lot of things, dude. Like, I mean, we could unpack soccer because we know soccer and I know soccer. But the thing is like, leagues around the world in most sports, you don't have to pay for, like when you're younger.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to pay for it. So kids just get good because they play so much. And then you have to pay thousands of dollars to even have decent training in the United States. Or, you're lucky and maybe you know someone, something like that. But then that's like a reason why certain sports don't prosper. Like AAU basketball costs a shit ton. Obviously soccer, like we've talked about, costs so fucking much. And football does too. And it's like, where's the line where you like, everything has to be a business in the United States, which is just like shitty. And that's why I don't think you'll ever see, other than the NFL, the top-notch sports other than the NFL and NBA. I think like soccer will never prosper here, at least in the next 10 years it won't.
Like to the level of the NBA, probably not. I mean,
No.
but it's just like, you have the the Superbowl, but like, you think of the big leagues like the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB, but the NFL is probably the biggest one, right? I mean, at least for America. I don't know. It's a big
it's a double-edged sword.
Sports marketing and sports business and league developments are hard whenever you try to make things not as complicated as they need to be, but for whatever reason we try to make shit way more complicated than it has to be.
Yep.
And
all money.
and people's attention deficits can't stretch around to fucking 48,000 leagues at once. It just can't. Like there's 4 different professional football leagues, you know? So I don't know. It's a very hard thing, and you have to be very careful when talking about, you know, minor leagues or major leagues or women's leagues or whatever it is, because you get fucking burned alive. But who knows? I think we can just go ahead and wrap this episode up here. I think we got ourselves into enough of trouble as it is if we get in trouble. But yeah, to wrap up this episode, I got your fucking riddle. Hold on. To wrap up this episode, the Chiefs were gifted the Super Bowl win. It's Nicky's birthday. It's the Battlehawks are coming back, and the America doesn't what's the word I'm looking for?
Know how to run sports very well.
Know
how to run sports that aren't a business.
That doesn't work in the title of the video.
Yeah, shit. I don't know. You know, love.
America doesn't prioritize sports. America doesn't love all sports. Okay. What's your fucking riddle?
Okay. What 2 things can you never eat for breakfast? Leave that in the comments. Yeah, I'll answer it next time.
I hope we never have you on here again. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. My name has been the Ian Moore with the birthday boy, Big Dick Nick, my co-host, as well as Jacob Riddle W.
I like that name.
Jacob Riddles. JB
Yeah.
Riddles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy.
All right. We're going to wrap this one up. Everybody have a very special weekend, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
We want
Adios.
more like
Peace.
Ian. Bitch, I've been feeling so godlike. Starting me and take all the spotlight. Actually, I did cause I own that shit. You think otherwise, you were not right. Bitch, I've been feeling so godlike. Starting me and take all the spotlight. At the top now when I run this shit. Remember when you said that I can't write?
Yo, yeah, I've been feeling so godlike. Low cold like I wrote it on a Klondike. That's a bar.